It's just different.
Willing be all of my mental. I'm from the trenches, went the same, yeah, been what I've been through. Left me on red, I left for dead, man, it's really that simple. Now I'm too lit, all of my shit, design is original. Been facts, I never been fictional. Now that we live in the digital. Real ain't loyal, everybody ain't for it, real living conditional. Ain't like them got the bros, man, it's all about principle. I never met one in love with a coochie that's visible. Ass shake, clickbait, no Insta.
What's good, Harrison House guests? It's your girl, Mickey.
And I'm Stuart.
And today we are bringing you day 19. Yes, we're almost there. Of our 28 days celebrating Black excellence. So I'm pretty happy because I feel like we're going for it. And we right there. We just got to finish.
We just got to finish it.
Yeah.
Finish line. But, like Babe said, today is day 19. So if you guys did not watch our video for day 18, pause this video and go back and watch that video. We did cover the one and only Miss Toni Morrison. So that video was really interesting because I did not know nearly as much as I should have about Toni Morrison. So if y'all would like to watch me get schooled, then go back and watch that video. But like Babe said, today we're going to be covering the infamous Miss Madam C.J. Walker. She I kind of want to say she don't really fit the theme of our list because she is very well known. But some people might not know about her.
That's true. And she had a lot of, not saying like her accomplishments were greater than anyone else's, but she did have a good significance to African American hair. So I feel like that's something everyone needs to know about. So yeah.
That's definitely true. But the first thing we'll start off with, Madam C.J. Walker, she was born, that's not her name.
Not her given name.
Yeah, it's not her given name. And this was interesting because I always thought her name was Madam C.J. Walker. I thought she put the Madam, but I thought like the C.J. probably stood for like Christina, Jessica, or something like I don't know. But I thought that was her name. But she was born Sarah Breedlove on December 23rd, 1867, and she is from Delta, Louisiana. I didn't know that either. I didn't know she was from Louisiana.
I didn't either.
I don't know why. I thought she was from north, like more, north, I guess you could say.
I did too until doing a little more research, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and something else that I didn't know, that she also, everybody knows that she was known for her cosmetics and like her hair care and stuff like that. But she also was a philanthropist and a social activist. I did not know that at all. So learn something.
So we all know that she is recorded as the first female self-made millionaire. Like literally, she went from rags to riches. Like really, you know what I'm saying? She can tell you about it.
Really?
What I found interesting was the fact that she was born into freedom. So like out of her siblings, she was the one born after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. So technically she was born into freedom. So that was like something big that a lot of the articles and stuff was talking about. And she recounted that she had only 3 months of like formal education, and she said that she received that while in Sunday school. They had like little literacy lessons that she could get while in Sunday school.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because for back that time, even though the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, it really wasn't like well known or well accepted that African Americans was getting education and stuff like that. So that's crazy. Let me see. It's just weird because she's so known. Like we always focus so much. Like in my experience, some of you guys may be different, but in my experience, we focus so much on the fact that she was the first woman self-made millionaire, and the fact that she did it, a black woman did that by doing hair, so to speak.
Right.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we tend to focus on that, but And during this research, we found like her life like encompassed so much more.
Yeah, I can definitely say that. Like, I was one of those. I knew about all the hair stuff. I didn't know about all the other things that she did. So keep watching. We got some stuff to tell y'all. A little bit, you know.
So speaking of that, something to tell y'all. Like I said, I thought that her name was CJ Walker, but it turns out that in 1906 she did marry her third husband, whose name was Charles Joseph Walker. So that's how she became Madam CJ Walker. That's kind of interesting. Like it's like almost like she took his whole name.
Yeah, like she literally.
Yeah, like.
So, what I want to say is because you're like, oh, she's her third husband. Why she couldn't keep a man? No, it's not like that. Basically, really quick, her mom passed away when she was 6. Her dad the following year. So when she was 7, she was an orphan. Because she had older siblings, she went to go stay with her brother. But her brother was abusive. So at the age of 14, she got married to her first husband. She had a baby by that husband, but he passed away. So then she got married a second time, but she left him. It didn't say why, but it just said she left.
She left him.
Toodles, you know what I'm saying? And then she married her third husband, who her daughter actually later in life took his last name. So, yeah.
Okay, so the daughter from the first
marriage.
Her first marriage ended up later in life taking the third husband's
Last name.
Okay. Also, she was before she got married, she did become a commission agent for Annie Malone.
Yes.
Who also she was another African American woman who she was an entrepreneur. She had hair care products as well. But she was the owner of the Poro company.
Yes.
I've never heard of her before. I've never heard of the Poro company, and so it's like now I think we should do some research on Miss Annie Malone
and see about her life story. So be kind of looking for like a Part 19B.
Yeah, because she was a millionaire as well.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
So another thing was like it was really weird because while Sarah was working, or Madam CJ was working for her, she was like, taking things that she was learning, but she was also developing her own products. And at one point they were like the biggest rivals. Because because you just said her name, Annie felt that Madam was like taking her ideas and putting her name on them. So they had a lot of back and forth that they were doing about that. But Madam CJ, like, she kind of thrived in it, and she became like doing door-to-door sales and things like that in the neighborhood. So she got her clientele up so much, pretty much the fact that her daughter began taking over like her mail orders. And that's crazy to think you had mail orders back then. But she began taking over the mail orders while Madam CJ and her husband went off and started a company elsewhere.
So they had two companies running together at that time. Okay. I know she did. She moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They did open like a beauty parlor, and they established like a beauty school.
Yep.
How do you pronounce it? It's Lelia.
Lelia College. I say Leela. Lelia? Leela.
I have no clue. I don't know.
Lelia. I like Lelia. It just sounds nice.
It sounds sophisticated.
Yeah, Lelia College.
But yeah, and that was where she did most of her training for hair culturist. So what's another word for it? Because hair culturists don't really sound like.
I think people just wanted to learn more about beauticians.
There you go, beauticians.
Yeah, she had a beauty college.
But in 1910, she did. That's weird. Like, she moved around a lot.
She did.
And it goes along with, how we've been talking about in some of these videos, the picture that we remember of these people from when we was kids. The picture of Madam C.J. Walker that I remember the most is she was riding in like a carriage, and she had like her hair was all, it was like flat iron and like curled at the bottom and all of that.
That bump, y'all know about that bump.
Yeah, but she was in a carriage, and then when we was doing research, it was like, man, she moved around a lot. It was like, I wanted that picture that I remember her from. Where was she going at that point in time?
She's about her business.
Yeah, definitely was about her business. But in 1910, she did establish her main headquarters in Indianapolis, Indiana. So
yeah, she did. And she ran that location pretty much for a long time. And out of that one, she did like different conferences and things like that, where she had women that she taught how to become sales agents for her products. I believe her first conference had about 200 people there, which was like a big deal, you know, back in that time. And it was like one of the first ever I was gonna say arena, but that's not the right word. Like the first organization of like women entrepreneurs to kind of convene. So that was pretty dope. I thought that like she also created, this was the first, you know, getting all these women entrepreneurs together back in a time where it was kind of like taboo for a woman to be doing her own thing.
And I don't know, I just keep going back to the fact that like nowadays, as we know it, in today's society, African American hair care is a huge market.
It is.
And just to think
you
that
got
it was
your process or your perm products, and you got your natural products, and you got the products that everyone can use together.
And now, from what most women that I see or that I encounter are more so on the natural train. And it's just like, I mean, to each his own. I'm not saying, you know, which one you should do because it's your head.
Back in my day, TCB, no like relaxer was the thing.
Back in her day. But I mean, it's your head. You do what you want to do with it. But it's just interesting to me that industry is gotten even bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, she became the first female millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows. Basically, what I'm getting at is black women been taking their hair serious for a long time. For a long time.
They have.
So,
but her method that she called it was called the Walker method. And basically, she just wanted to promote healthier hair, hair growth, and really work on like conditioning the scalp. And it was really funny because she started this company because she was trying to do things to her hair, and like her brothers they were like barbers, and they were trying to like teach her little things. But like, you know, like that time you didn't have a lot of good plumbing or like, you know, running water. You couldn't just go in the kitchen and wash your hair. It was like all this stuff you had to do. So basically everything she had to do to like wash her hair and stuff, it was starting to fall out, and she had really bad like dry dandruff kind of hair. So she was creating these products for her hair, but she was kind of selling them as she was going. And and y'all know about the hot comb, them Sundays, Easter Sunday, you just sit there.
Now, did she invent the hot comb?
They call, what was it called? She didn't call it a hot comb. What was the name? Heated comb. Heated comb.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, that's interesting. But you know, I don't know. It's weird because like the hot comb or the heated comb, whatever, like some people still use that thing today.
Yeah, I mean, I bought one. Like, what was it, like 5 or 6 years ago, just to say I had one as an adult, because my mom had one as a kid. I was like, I never used it on me and my kids' hair. Since I bought it, but I was like, I gotta have one. I don't know why, I just gotta have one.
Right. I don't know. That's interesting because in every black household growing up, if it was a little girl in there or a woman, it was a hot comb. And I just remember like that sound being terrifying.
It was.
But we talked about earlier like that we didn't know that she was also a social activist. And it's just during research we found out that some of her friends and associates actually included some of the most well-known social activists that we know, civil rights activists. Included Booker T. Washington, Mary McLeod Bethune, and W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yes.
And it's like, wow, that's crazy. Like, you don't read about that growing up. Like,
You
we didn't know
don't.
about that.
But that talk about a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally
Like,
talk
these
about
are
like
my
yes.
friends. Like, that's just crazy.
Yeah. Which kind of leads up into like she was a part of a lot of different organizations. Like she was a part of the NAACP, but that wasn't until like she later in life moved to New York, and then she really started getting into like politics and things like that. She had a lot of different like charities and things that she donated for. One of her favorite ones it talks about was the YMCA. So I was like, I was one of those kids that went to the YMCA. Yeah, I did. Camping trips and all that kind of stuff. That was me. Yeah.
That was like growing up for y'all. That was for the kids who lived in like the regular residential areas. Like y'all had the YMCA. You know what I'm saying? And we had the CHA, the Chicago Housing Authority. But let's see. In 1993, she was actually inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame, which obviously well deserved.
I'm just sad it took that long. But
yeah. It's just like in 1998, that's when the United States Post Office actually gave her official Madam C.J. Walker postage stamp.
I remember that. Like, my grandma was like, I have to get one. My mom, like, she had to go get one. I remember when those came out.
And it was that same picture.
The same one you always see with that little bump.
It was like, yeah. But that was just always interesting. Like, you didn't know the scope of her life at that point. Like,
Definitely didn't. Well, unfortunately, in 1919, at the age of 51, she did pass away from kidney failure and complications with hypertension. So, and it's crazy because she had like all these different companies, and then she had her main headquarters, and like her and her daughter was just like this well-oiled machine. And it said she employed she trained over like 20,000 women. That's in that time. That's a lot of people. It said that she trained them in how to do like sales and marketing and how to conduct themselves as like businesswomen, down from like how to dress to kind of how to talk, how you carry yourself, and everything like that. So I thought that was really, really interesting to know. And like I said, it's just more like, it's not just hair care. It was like, no, if you want to do this, you want to be this businesswoman, this is how you do it. So it's like she was giving them, so to speak, the game, teaching them, setting them up for success. It talks a lot about how she was like, she had all this money, but her main thing was teaching other people how to get the money.
And so she wasn't selfish with her. She didn't want to hog it out to herself. That's what's up.
And it's like, to have that kind of a mindset back then is like one of the most realest, genuinest things ever, because if everyone thought like that, like just think of how much everybody would be doing right now.
Yeah.
She really had that mentality. Everybody eats. And I just thought that was amazing. Like, I literally learned way more than I knew. Like, I had no idea that she did
even half of
anything other than hair care. And it was like, she had her foot in a lot of different doors.
To me, the last thing you just went over, that's the most impressive thing to me. Because to be the first self-made female millionaire, it's like that in this country, like that is amazing. And you did all of that, and you don't get it and then try to hoard it all to yourself. You teach all these other women the stuff that you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? You give them the tools to go out there and make it on their own. And that's huge. Like, you know what I'm saying? For some people, well, like my brother always say, hustle over handouts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you really instituted that within these people, because she just wasn't out here like, okay, I'll give you this amount of money or whatever. Say, no, I will teach you how I got my money. You go out, you put your own twist, your own take on it, and you know what I'm saying, you make your money.
It'd be authentically yours at that point. And so I know that, and I will admit, I have not watched it yet. I always like, I'm gonna watch, I never do. But there is like a mini series on Netflix starring Octavia Spencer, called Self-Made.
Yeah.
It is about Madam C.J. Walker, so be sure to check it out. I am definitely going to check it out. I'll do a review on here just to let you know that I checked it out. Also, if you're ever interested in some of her products or anything like that, there is a Madam C.J. Walker beauty culture line at Sephora. So if you ever wanted to like just go check it out, it is there. I'm not really into like cosmetics and like makeup and stuff, but I have been thinking about going to try it out, just seeing. Y'all know me, I'll try it and see what it do.
And that's so they still running? They still got that? Oh, that's what's up.
Sephora.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
But you guys, that was a lot of information. And believe it or not, like, it's still a whole lot of stuff that we did not cover. It's a lot of details about her life, surprisingly.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is definitely a lot.
But with that being said, we'll wrap up today's video because we're going to be right back here tomorrow. Bringing y'all, what's tomorrow will be day 20?
Day 20.
Day 20 of our 28 days of celebrating Black excellence. Like Babe said, we could see the finish line.
Yes.
We almost there.
I'm very proud. This is our first.
Yeah, it's our first time doing this. It was like, we don't celebrate the standard holidays like Christmas and all of that stuff. So we just figured this is what we do celebrate. So we share it with y'all. But we'll be back with y'all tomorrow. As y'all know, Babe is not gonna let me tell y'all who we're gonna go over tomorrow. But this person is also, if you a movie buff, you probably know who this person is.
Yeah.
But if not, then he may be new to you. But either way, you guys have to tune in tomorrow and check that video out.
So in the meantime, between time, we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
It's just different. When it be all of my mental. I'm from the trenches, went to saying, been what I've been through. Left me on red, left